Hi there, 8th graders. We are going to start our patterns on our color wheel, our painted artwork. So you should have your Zentangle paper done, and you can see these students started um, creating patterns within certain areas. Okay, um, and here is a finished one. So let's go ahead and click on this so you can take a look at it. On this one, we have fairly big shapes, and you can see each triangle going around the color wheel is the same pattern. You can see each rectangle is the same. You can also see on this that they don't have patterns in each space, which is fine, okay? But you do want to make sure that it looks as if it's finished, and I think this one looks finished. Now let's take a look at one that maybe looks a little bit more complex. Okay, here we have some little tiny patterns, and this is a little more complex because this student did not use the same pattern in each space, but they are about the same size of pattern. So small pattern, small pattern, small pattern, small pattern, and so forth in the same space. Okay, my suggestion would be for most people that you use the same pattern like on this one. Okay, but this one doesn't look as complex. It doesn't look as high level as the other one. You can also see where you can go wrong on your project. If you are not careful with your patterns, you need to have clean lines. It can go horribly wrong. Okay, here's another complex one. Okay, here's one that has more patterns and it's got some thicker lines and thinner lines. And this one, this person did use the same pattern going around the entire wheel, and I think this is a good use of space. Okay, here's one that you can see where if you don't shade things in, some of them don't show up. So all these lines are very thin. There's not as much variety here. So we want a little more variety in those lines. Okay, so you're going to start by using the patterns that you have here to start applying them. And you can see how this pattern only goes along the edge, and that's kind of cool. Okay, if you would like to have a pattern go over multiple shapes, I'm okay with that. Think about how certain patterns can create a direction. So if you use a line pattern that went this direction, it would point toward the middle. If you had one that went sideways, then it would go around in a circle. So here's that direction. These lines go in. It makes you look in, and I wish that there was something here for us to look at, but it's just a big blank space. Let's see if we can find another one here. This one goes around, and I wish that these other patterns went around so that we kept our eye going this direction. So like this one would have been a better one to go here. Okay, so if you would like to start in pencil, you may, but you're going to be using Sharpie on top of that pencil so that you have nice, bold patterns. And if you use pencil, that means that you're going to be doing each pattern twice, which may not be the most wise decision based on time, but if that's going to get you the best patterns, the most neat patterns, that's going to be best for you, I'm okay with that. But in the end, you have to trace over all those lines perfectly. All right, and that's it. Good luck.